Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Subnautica Below Zero, and this is episode 6. So last time we just kind of explored around with our new Seatruck, only to find that the very low crush depth was pretty limiting, so we went and made the module after finding a whole bunch of diamonds, and now we are going to explore this sunken ship. But first, let's repair the Seatruck, because it is kind of bubbly, which is concerning. This is exactly why we made the repair tool before setting out with the Seatruck. So I'm not really sure what our goals for this episode should be, because there's quite a few things we could do at the moment. I mean, obviously we're going to thoroughly explore this ship, though apparently there are actually more sections of this ship out there. I didn't look up where they are, I just, I had some very minor things spoiled by my curiosity, but I was like, I'm not going to look up anything else. So I know there's two pieces out there, but I don't know where exactly in the world they are, so we'll just have to keep an eye out for those. Okay, so we looked around here a bit, but I didn't want to go any further from the second floor. So carefully see if there's anything in here. I don't think we came up here. I think this is the hole I was looking through where I was like, yeah, I'm not going up there. Yeah, okay, so we already looted all this. So there might not be too much else in this ship. I'm not even going to take the metal scrap because, again, it's just titanium. Nothing special. Okay, we can actually use those. Also, the original reason I ended up spoiling a few minor things is because I wanted to know if disinfected water was actually still craftable, and the answer is no. Instead, there's one we can make with water purification tablets, which is a recipe we can find.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Ooh, what's that? It's another parallel processing unit. Okay, we found one of those already. And I think we can cut this door open. So I'm still pretty sure that those parallel processing units are for Al-An's body. Or maybe not his body, but one of his pieces.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I think one of the things I would like to do in this episode is find the upgraded oxygen tank, because we only need one more fragment for that. But I don't really know where to look, aside from in the reef caves. Or kelp caves, rather. Though we might be able to find one in the Lilypad caves, because we didn't really get to look around there much, but that's where we found the first one. Okay, so we cut this open. Where does this go? This just goes back to the stairwell, right? I don't think we went all the way to the top. Well, that's just more titanium. More food and water. Surprising that those nutrient blocks are still holding together after being
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
For like 100 years. And this just leads back outside. Which maybe I shouldn't have gone out here because we're pretty far from the surface.
Oxygen.
There's also something I want to see, but I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do it. There is a special kind of chelicerate, I think I mentioned this last episode, that appears in the void. I would like to see one of those, but my dilemma is I don't want to take the Seatruck out there because it'll get destroyed. Destroyed or left out there. So we might just go to the edge, of the biomes, and then swim from there until we attract a leviathan. And then we'll respawn back in the Seatruck. Okay, so I think that's all we're going to get out of this ship for now. So let's see. Do we want to go back to the Lilypad biome and check out that cave. That seems like it'd be worthwhile. I don't think we actually tried going down this deep either. Not really sure what's down here. Oh, there's the Ventgarden. I thought that was around here somewhere, but I wasn't sure. I didn't remember. And there's a chalicerate directly above it. That's not great. Because we can't really go deep enough to get safe.
The Ventgarden harvests geothermal energy to nurture the life that grows within.
So this thing's pretty fascinating. I think there's only one of this size in the entire game. Don't look at me like that. He's trying to get to me. Wow, that actually didn't do very much damage. It did like 10. But we don't have any defenses. We don't have any perimeter defense system or anything yet. Alright, well he's going to be annoying if I'm trying to take a look at this thing. But yeah, this is a... It's like a giant kind of jellyfish with a biome inside of its head. Fascinating creature. And we can go inside of it. Which,
Warning. Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
I want to make sure the chalicerate isn't too close when I get out. Unfortunately, it is still full of water in here, so we will, you know, drown. But it's got a bunch of plants in it, just kind of growing on these little shelves. So yeah, I think this thing is pretty fascinating and really cool looking. Unfortunately, I don't think any of these plants are actually useful to us. I'm not sure the Ventgarden really does anything for us here.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I'm trying to remember how to get out.
Oxygen.
Where is... Seatruck. You can see that it's grown right over a big thermal vent, so it's just going to sit there nice and cozy and suck up all that hot, mineral-rich water. There are, however, also smaller vent gardens around. I don't see any right now.
Rising temperatures detected in mineral-rich fissure below.
Another diamond. So I'd love to go down here, but I don't think we really have the equipment to go down here. Ooh. I think these are thermal plants. And we only need 2 of them. But yeah, I don't think we're ready to exist at this depth yet.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Still, we'll have to remember this is here, because it's definitely worth investigating further. Alright. Back on the road again. There's Outpost 1. Last known position is where we want to go. I can't tell if he's coming after me. I don't know how far away they trigger. Not really anything I can do about it, though. We can't go faster. So aside from the modules, I don't actually know which upgrades are available to the Seatruck.
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Like, I think the perimeter defense is still in, but it might not be. I don't think the torpedo is. But there should be a few modules we can still stick on this thing.
Bow of an astronautical sol transgov vessel nearby. Vessel name, Mercury II.
Alright.
Inoperative.
Surprising that we ran into the second piece of this thing already. I mean, I guess it makes sense that if it broke up, the pieces landed fairly close together. But I wasn't expecting, after just saying that I don't know where they are, to run into one. So where is the entrance for this one? I mean, if this is the bow of the ship, there should be a bridge in here as well. Seems like a pretty big ship, though. Not as big as the ship in the first game. For some reason, I can't remember the name at the moment. I thought you were something big and scary, but you're just a squid shark. I say that even though we got eaten by a squid shark last time. Come on, we can fit this in here, right? It's just a reactor rod sitting down there. I wish you could freely rotate. God damn it. It's actually blocking the hole. Also, let's read a few logs before we go out there, because I keep putting off actually reading them. So this is from the Mercury II. Okay, well this is another one we can just play.
I can only do repairs in spurts, and it's so inefficient. The larger tools seem to set off seismic activity nearby. A crew came back telling stories of gigantic worms burrowing in the ice. I don't know what they were going on about. They were hypothermic and frostbitten because they walked back to avoid angering them. The ice shelf is probably a bit unstable and they got disoriented or something. To borrow from Diana, Orion's belt thermocouplings are not meant to be worked on in 20-minute spurts. If we break the process, we'll break the ship. But it's nice to hang out with Yasmin while we wait for the rumbles to stop. I hope she doesn't mind all my questions. I love hearing her voice. Her face lights up, and she's got the most expressive eyebrows. They're practically acrobats. The way she looks when talking about nuclear engineering is the same way I look at my grandmother's domades. The woman never sits down, though. She told me that she used to do decathlon in college, and I can believe it. She's like a bouncy ball, just all over the place. She makes rounds on the ship every day to see if people need help. I should do something nice for her. She's always helping everyone else. I wish I had a fraction of her energy.
We might actually be able to get through here if we had a repulsion cannon. Also, from all these reactor rods lying around, it makes me think we're going to find the reactor blueprint in one of these fragments of the ship. This one's a lot more overgrown than the other one was. Well, speaking of which... Of course, even if we have that blueprint, we still haven't discovered
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Any radioactive material that we could make reactor rods out of. And I don't even know what biome those come from, so we'll have to hold off on going nuclear. I really wish we didn't have to do this way, having to turn back so frequently, but, you know, kind of luck of the draw with the oxygen blueprints. The upgraded oxygen tank. Alright, so what else do we got in here? We got featherfish. Red featherfish.
New creature discovered.
Copper wire. We did find some of that synthetic material that we need for one of our upgrades.
I'm alive. Stefanos saved me. The Mercury attempted an emergency takeoff and everything seemed fine. I was helping the bridge crew with the emergency takeoff since the crew is, well, was short-handed because of everything. I heard the sound of metal tearing, and for a split second, everything was tinged bright green and unbearably hot. Then I saw daylight, and I was looking down at the ocean and ice. The strongest wind I've ever felt roared in my ears, ripping through the ship. People went flying out the side of the Mercury, so much screaming and chaos. I was lucky. I had just clipped into my sea tinker. Stephanos came out of nowhere, like a malaika, an angel. I felt his rough, calloused hand grasp mine with the gentlest of urgency. It felt like time slowed. He said, "I gotcha. Just follow me, Ella." I don't know how, but he used an emergency tether to drag me to the nuclear reactor core, the strongest bulkhead in the ship. We hit the water and everything went black. He's sleeping. I think he might have hit his head. I'm exhausted. The adrenaline has long since worn off and my body aches. I think I might have fractured the rib. I'm gonna shut my eyes for a bit. When I wake up, I'll figure this out. I'll save us.
So, they got shot down, crashed here, got the ship working enough to take off again, and then got shot down again. So I'm guessing they didn't even know they got shot down in the first place. It would kind of suck crashing here, though, because, there's no opportunity to shut down the gun, so there's no way to leave. Power cell? Can definitely use that. Also, what am I trying to scan here? I saw something pop up. Oh, just a featherfish. Okay, so we got that. Doesn't really look like there's anywhere else to
30
go.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Aside from that door right there.
Intake immediately.
Do we have any more fluid? Yeah, we get a little bit more.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Alright, so we're gonna finish up exploring this, and then I think we're gonna head over to the lab. Or just the cave near the lab so we can try to find that upgraded oxygen tank, because I'm really feeling the squeeze of only 75 seconds now. But maybe we should also start working towards the next upgrade module for the Seatruck as well. Or we could go to the surface. We haven't really spent much time there. The thing I'm not sure about is where... Wow, this is a way bigger section. I'm gonna say, I'm not sure where we get the blueprint for the cold suit, so I'm worried that if we go to that surface area first, we're gonna be kind of shit out of luck there too.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Okay, and we can build the big aquariums, and definitely gonna have a large room full of those. Now, I think I saw an opening in that big room that we could use to get outside. I kind of have to, use this to navigate to where we can get more oxygen. Can I get out here? No, okay, that's just a kind of weird-looking light source. It's supposed to be blocked off. But there's an oxygen bubble here. So this is a bigger section than I thought. I kind of thought it was just that hallway so we could get the reactor. I can't believe that I can't remember the name of the ship from the first game now. It's just like...
Warning.
It's one of those things where you try to think of it,
remaining.
And the harder you try to think of it, the more it just blanks from your memory. Like, the name that keeps coming to mind is the Hyperion, and I know it's not that. 100% not that. But that's all my brain wants to give me. Okay, so this might be another case where we don't have enough oxygen to explore, which is really starting to grate. So we'll just put a pin in that as well. Like so many other things we've encountered, we're just not ready for it yet. I believe the devs did say that the Mercury II crashed somewhere between 30 and 100 years before the events of this game, and that's why it's so overgrown. Alright, so... Sometimes I'm not really sure how far the Seatruck sticks out when it hits stuff like that, because I feel like there's a good amount of clearance, and this thing's not very big. So, I don't know if it just has a bigger hitbox than it has an actual physical model, or I just have a bad idea of where it starts and ends. Oops. I didn't actually mean to get out. Okay, so where was that cave we found with the sea monkeys in it? This is more of a trench. It doesn't... Well, there's a sea monkey there, so we must be in the right area. We just have to find an entrance. Man, this is quite the tangle. Oh, I think that was a sea monkey I just drove into that time. Hopefully I didn't kill it. That's an upgrade module. Exosuit thermal reactor module fragment. Alright, so that's a prawn suit upgrade. Not really what we need right now. Also, continue with the logs. I keep, like, stopping when I get to just voiced logs.
What was that woman's problem? The one in the exosuit. Like, I need to say which woman.
I was about to say that myself.
What the hell is she doing on
Why do you need to specify?
It isn't exactly a
Sorry.
happening vacation spot. She knew their terrain well enough to make a dramatic entrance by jumping off a sheer cliff. So I guess she's been here a while. But
You came within range of data that might help with the construction of a new storage medium. You must continue to investigate.
Don't interrupt me listening to my own thoughts.
what was that woman's bot? It isn't exactly a happening vacation spot. She knew their terrain well enough to make a dramatic entrance by jumping off a sheer cliff. So I guess she's been here a while. But how long has she been following me? She said to keep away from her, or off
Warning,
her land.
maximum depth reached.
What in this frozen
Hull damage
slush bog could she be
imminent.
protecting? Unless she's camped out somewhere. She's definitely heard of Altera, though. Did she meet Sam?
She says she's heard of Altera, but they're like one of the biggest transgovs in the galaxy. She'd have to be living under a rock not to know who they are. Okay, so we also can't go get that artifact because it's a little too deep. So we're really desperately in need. I think this is the cave I was exploring, because I remember this cable and I was like, oh, what's in here? Alien robot. This device is of alien origin, although its design is relatively simple. Purpose: its low threat is at odds with the advanced technology apparently available to its designers, suggesting it was intended more to patrol alien facilities and repair damaged infrastructure than to deter invaders. And the ones in Alan's sanctuary didn't even attack us. Design. Despite its simple design, this construction is quite elegant in its minimalism. 4 electromagnetic legs allow it to traverse floors, walls, and ceilings with reasonable speed, and appear to be replaceable. Internally, there are a few moving parts, rendering this construct energy efficient and resistant to wear over time. A rechargeable ion-based power reserve ensures it continues to operate. Architect Containment Cube, that's where Alan was. While advanced human civilization has attempted for centuries to develop successful whole-brain emulation techniques, it appears that the architect race has built a platform for accomplishing this holy grail of life extension technology. Physically, the containment cube appears to be comprised of a redundant array of quantum holographic storage layers, supporting a hyperdense capacity of 35 bits per electron. The energy field that feeds a suspended animated cube also serves to power the operating software, allowing the intelligence in storage to maintain consciousness throughout the storage period. That seems kind of unpleasant,
Fluid intake.
considering he's been stuck in there for like 10,000 years. Once a stored consciousness has been transferred out of the cube, the component parts will become inert. Without witnessing and carefully observing the backup process, it is difficult to ascertain how the transfer works and whether or not the process is truly lossless. You don't want to have lossy brain storage. Architect storage media. While we have evolved beyond physical attachment, it is traditional to navigate space-time in conjunction with mobile, biomechanical storage media, altered and evolved over time to serve the inhabitants' needs. So this is a note from Alan, I assume. While it's possible to transfer between media at will, there's some comfort and prestige in improving a body over time. We have settled on a popular format for these media, though there are exceptions. It is a heavily modified version of our pre-civilized bodies. It provides good mobility, easy adaptation, and is easy to fix. In case of disaster, we can back up our data patterns to a sanctuary site for later retrieval. Storage in this fashion is safe, provided consistent power supply. However, unique perspectives and traits which arose from the interplay with the original medium are lost. It is like a factory reset. It is recommended individuals be restored to a compatible medium as soon as possible. Such hollow vessels may be fast grown from seed using specialized blueprints and materials. While it is technically possible for an individual to copy their data in order to duplicate themselves ad infinitum, such behavior is considered beyond rude, and any self-respecting architect resolve the circumstance by immediately deleting themselves. I just wanted to work on my project faster. I'm sorry, guys. Well, here's the facility again. Kinda didn't even mean to end up here. But I suppose now that we have a mobile oxygen source, we can finish actually looting this place. And see if they have some water. Alright, it's 31%, 100%, so it hasn't even fully drained the first battery, let alone the second, which means when we hit 50%, we should swap out the power cell. Alright, so we can't scan the grow wall. I don't know if that's because we already have it, or it's just not buildable anymore. There's a PDA there.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Okay, water
Seek
filtration.
fluid intake immediately.
Aromatherapy lamp. Guess we can build one of those now. Pot.
Oxygen.
It does also look like that door has explosively decompressed, considering it's like blown off its hinges. And you can see here, here's one of the first aid kit producers, but we can't actually scan that because we're not allowed to build it anymore. Yeah, this looks like it violently exploded, honestly, this entire room. Now, did Sam cause this by accident or otherwise? Really? Can't take these batteries? Okay, we already have that. So...
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I mean, this looks like a bioreactor. It could have been a nuclear reactor, considering there was nuclear waste disposal, but... if it was a bioreactor, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have exploded. Unless they tried to shove, like, a crash in there.
Oxygen.
Bad time to sneeze when I'm about to run out of oxygen.
That laboratory appeared to have been sabotaged intentionally. Do you know what it would have been used for?
Look like maybe bacteriology. That's what the equipment was for anyway. Before a fire tornado ran through it, or something.
Do you think your sister had something to do with the destruction?
I don't know why she would, but the more I see on this planet, the less I know what to think. Who would want to destroy it?
Well, there is Sam's maybe girlfriend. Which, actually kind of weird to just have a picture of the two of them in our base.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Did we scan the postcard? Alright, I think that's all we can get here. Not seeing anything else around.
Oxygen.
Ion Cube. This green mineral substance has no entry on the periodic table and an unprecedented ability to store huge amounts of ionic energy within it. Likely grown artificially, cubic appearance suggests it has been cut from a larger deposit. This is literally the same scan from the first game. What can I do about my water problem? Not a whole lot. Also, if I die in here, what's that gonna do? Like, anything? Or am I just gonna instantly respawn in the same spot?
Warning. Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Ironically, I feel like I need to upgrade my crush depth in order to get this oxygen tank. I mean, the fact that I just respawn here does kind of make it cheap that I can kind of just ignore food and water if I want to. You know, all I have to do is get in here and then die, and I'll respawn with it. But I wouldn't want to play this on permadeath either. Okay, I'm just looking if there's any, like, other side caves we can check out, since we can't go down into the depths. Yeah, I don't know. This thing feels so much more awkward when it comes to not hitting things than the sea moth. It's because it's got a taller profile. Oh, is that the Holy Grail right there? I was about to give up. I was going to say, well, guess we're not going to find that this time. Ultra capacity tank fragment. Finally. Okay, so what do we need for that? Because we can immediately pin that and start looking for the cost of it. So just 4 lithium. I think we might even already have that. And if not, we do live in the lithium biome, so shouldn't be too big of a deal. Nothing in that one. Is this the one I scanned before? With the upgrade in it? Because if so, then... Wow, I really blinded that other one. This one has something else in it, it looks like. Seatruck horsepower upgrade. That'd be nice. Especially when I don't have anything to haul. I think it'll just make me go faster. But yeah, that reduces the penalty you get from having extra modules. Alright, well, I guess let's go back to base and build ourselves an oxygen tank, because that's kind of essential for our exploration. Sorry, Sea Monkey. Really gotta stop running into them with the boat propellers. Also, while we're back there, I'm gonna have to remember to make some beacons, because I keep forgetting to do that. Seatruck. We have that, but the upgrade number 2 was already in the station, so I want to see if that's in here. Doesn't look like it is. This needs spiral plant clipping. Something to keep in mind. I don't remember what the spiral plant looks like, but I think we have seen one. So I think that was a fairly successful little adventure to the sunken ship, as well as the base down there. But now we have to transition into the next stage of underwater exploration, so that we can actually go pretty much anywhere we've discovered. Like, we can't even go into the mine because of how deep it is. Which is why I haven't even bothered trying to go over there, because I know it's going to be more than 300 meters. And there's no oxygen down there last time I checked, so we can't just tough it out. Just grab this lithium while I see it, just in case we don't have enough. Man, there's a lot of it. We could make the mineral scanner as well. That might come in handy for stuff that I don't know where to find. I just feel that it's not that essential. Alternatively, I could also make the control room for the base and then scan for all the surrounding minerals. But yeah, I think if we end this episode without being somewhere else, I'm going to spend the time between episodes to build some stuff for our base. Because that stuff I feel is not too essential to happening on screen, since a lot of it's just like, oh, I need to go out and get more materials. That chelicerate is pretty close. It does hang out around the perimeter of the base. Gotta repair this damn thing again. So, another thing I'm curious about, now that we have the thermal power generator, is if those purple vents actually produce heat or not. Because, I mean, we're pretty close to the smokers, so I could build a power plant over there, but if I can just build right next to these, that'd be even better.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Definitely gonna need to swap the battery in this. Oh, the Sea Glide. That's at about half juice. Might as well swap that too. So I don't really know what to do with the depleted reactor rod. Pretty sure we can't refill it. She certainly seems to enjoy it a lot more. I accidentally right-clicked, so now I have to deselect this so I can get rid of it. Aromatherapy lamp. A lamp to calm your nerves. That also requires cotton anemone, which we haven't seen yet. Don't exactly know where to look for it. Oh no, where do I get rid of this? Can I just click it in here so it'll go away? There we go. Okay. So, what are we trying to build? We're trying to build an upgrade. Wait. That requires the high-capacity O2 tank. Do we have that? Did I build that? No, that's a standard. We can't even build a high-capacity one yet. Well, shit. I don't know where to look for a high-capacity one, so that's not great. Build this compass as well. And now I have a sense of direction. So this uses uraninite crystals, which we still don't know the location of. Alright, well, that kind of puts a damper on my plans if we can't actually dive deep. So maybe we'll go to the surface instead. Okay, this we could also make. Actually, we might be able to make that now. Can't remember if I brought back more rubies. Yeah, we have 2 rubies. 2 rubies, synthetic fibers we picked up. So we just need an enameled glass, which I think we should have enough stuff to make. I mean, we have diamonds, we just don't have quartz. But quartz is fairly easy to get. And what does that mineral scanner take? Because that might actually be handy for this exact purpose. Battery, titanium, copper wire, silicon, rubber. That we can make. Titanium. Oh, I do have copper wire. We have been picking up some from our dives to the ship.
The mineral detector can sniff out raw materials, potentially saving you hundreds of hours of searching.
So let's try using this to find some quartz. I don't really know what this thing does, if it's gonna, like, mark a circle on it. It's blinking. Okay, so it is popping up on the radar, which means let's go this way. Might as well use the new tools if they're available. Oh, well, that was easy. Good test, though. Lithium is going to be a lot more useful once we get a little further into the tech tree, because that's for a lot of the depth-hardened modules later on. Okay, so we make glass. And then enameled glass also needs lead. Oh, diamond. And I think we still have lead. I feel like I got extra after last time. Apparently not, though. Apparently I was wrong. Well, that's where the mineral detector comes to the rescue. Again. Galena outcrop. Oh, right, I didn't have any lead to finish this either, because I was going to build a farm. Getting a ping. So the range on this is not super great, but it is farther than I can just see.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I passed it. I came down here to get this air bubble.
Oxygen.
Oh, there's another one here?
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
It's like moving with me, which makes me think I was directly above it. Okay, some lead there.
Oxygen.
I don't want to drop my lead. I think the time it took to go down to that oxygen bubble and then come back up, I could have made it to their surface instead. It's okay, though. That stuff we just picked up is going to be where we just died. I just have to scan it out. This is why I don't like taking the Sea Glide off of my bar. Because, you know, it's a... If we get into trouble like that, it's our one way out. Kinda wish there was a menu for this. The only option is to, like, scroll through. Alright, where did I just die? I think that's the egg that I was just carrying.
Oxygen remaining.
Yep. Here's my materials. I'm trying to think what earlier biome we might be able to find a high capacity tank in. It's probably from one of those blueprint crates. I just don't know where. We have the one light I need. I just kind of want to do this now. Get the other one as well. I think we're too far. This biome does not have Galena. Except for where it crosses over with the other one.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Well, like over here, I wish I could remember where that big hole is. It's like right next to me somewhere. Wow. It was that close to where I needed it. So yeah, that tool actually will come in handy when you know that the material is in a biome, but you don't know where the actual nodes are. So let's take out this thing. Maybe enameled glass. So make enameled glass, and then I guess these are in here. Synthetic fibers, and voila. So that also will increase our range we can go, since the oxygen tank turned out to be a bust. 650 meters. Well, now we can do some real exploring. We're still kind of trapped near the Seatruck if we go deep, but at least we can go deep. So maybe we'll go check out that first location that Alan gave us, which is underneath Delta Island. First, though, I want to check out this trench here, because I see some Seatruck parts. So now we can put a bed in the Seatruck, which is not super useful. I was just about to say, I remember in the early access hiding in these trenches from the Chelicerae, and it looks like that's the one that hangs around my base. Oh, there's a blueprint here. Booster tank. That's an alternate upgrade for the oxygen tank. Where does this go? Well, it leads to another one of Alan's people's devices.
The artifact you found contains traces of information suggesting what has become of my people.
Recyclotron. How did this stuff get down here, though? A weird little cache. Are you dead?
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Yep. That one got crushed by the Chelicerae. So I guess that dead one we found, like, right next to my base early on was also one killed by the Chelicerae. We just didn't see it by that point yet. Okay. So I guess that's all that's down here? Yeah, I don't think these other tunnels lead anywhere else. It's just a little one of these. Gotta be careful that Chelly isn't up here. He is, in fact, up here. So let's stay down here. I don't even need these. These are just titanium. They seem to have a pretty large range, though, that they swim in. Like, they don't just kind of hang around one area. What is this scary place down here? This might lead us to a new biome. One of the cave biomes that I'm not familiar with. I mean, this is cool. I don't know where we're going. Kind of interrupted my plans, but not in a bad way. So let's get close to these. You can see the temperature meter on the bottom right, and I'm wondering if the ones that are currently venting... Well, it doesn't actually seem to increase the temperature, so maybe they don't have heat to them. That's just crystalline sulfur. Okay, we're about 400 meters now. So this looks like it's leading to the Crystal Caves, which is one of the biomes I knew they were going to add. I don't think we want to go in this room yet, for a very specific reason. But it's not going to stop me. Keep an eye out in the murk. What's that? Killing so many fish in the way. Large crystal formation. I was actually talking about this plant right here. Jade membrane. Like an icky, sticky underwater spider web. Prawn suit torpedo arm fragment. Even the music is mysterious here. Mineral distillery. The structure of this device and internal scans indicate a likely utility in processing and extracting minerals out of the water. This is one of the devices we found from the architect ones. This device is engineered to suck water into a superheated primary chamber. As the water boils, steam is forcefully condensed back into a separate chamber that releases the processed water back into the ocean. The minerals that are left behind are gathered in the attached container module. Artifact's function is poorly understood, but scans indicate it is generating a strong electromagnetic field. Some hypothesized functions: energy transfer device, geomagnetic scientific instrument, or communication device node. Water analysis station. The apparent research device seems built to determine the chemical components and properties of water samples. Possible applications: testing for levels of Kharaa bacterium in the water, spectroscopic analysis, experimental application of light, heat, or chemical compounds via the cylindrical core at the center of the storage chamber. Just want to get that stuff out of the way. Where is our mineral that we just found? Large morganite formation. Morganite is a rare variety of beryl, a durable mineral consisting of beryllium aluminum silicate. Its striking purple coloration is an indication that trace amounts of manganese were present during formation. So, I'm thinking maybe this is where we find kyanite as well, since it is a crystal. But that's a pretty loose, non-scientific guess.
Proceed with caution. A leviathan-class creature is near.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. But y'all know I also can't stay away from Leviathan. I gotta get up close and try to scan it. Maybe not that close. So this is the Shadow Leviathan, which lives specifically in these caves. And this was like one of the last things added the last time I played. It was incomplete. It didn't have a proper AI or anything. It was just kind of like floating in an empty cave down here. It reminds me a lot of one of the angels from Evangelion. However, like the Ghost Leviathan, I don't think it can actually eat you. I think it just kind of tries to digest you like that. And it's probably too big to fit down here. There's Uranite here. Maybe we can go nuclear after all. Alright, we should probably wrap up soon, even if we're in kind of a perilous place. Oh, that looks like kyanite right there. I don't know if there's only one Shadow Leviathan. So this is also something we're going to need for advanced materials. It might be worth building an outpost down here at some point. Build an outpost down here with one of those quantum chests so that we can send stuff back up to the surface.
Warning, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
So, staying in these trenches does seem like a good idea. Okay, there's no way he actually fits right here. Like, yeah, he's definitely gonna get wedged now because he stuck his fat head down here. That does 30 damage, it looks like. But that might also come from smashing into the walls while he was eating me. This place is not as crystalline as I actually thought it would be. I think in the original designs, almost everything here was made of crystal. Oh, rock puncher. So, I think we are going to save down here, and then next time we'll make our way back out from these caves, but yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm glad we at least got some way to go a little deeper, even if it wasn't the oxygen tank. Oh man, what's all this? That magnetite? I don't know what you need magnetite for if you don't need it for the compass. But yeah, I think this actually might be a good place, especially if we can find an entrance to another cave biome from here. This might be a good place to set up a mining base. So, until next time, thank you for joining me for another episode of Subnautica Below Zero. I'm having a lot of fun exploring, especially now that we're getting into the stuff that I'm not too familiar with. So I'm looking forward to doing a bit more of that next time. Take care, everyone.